Reselling is simple, and reselling, for the most part, can be quite fun. The thing that makes reselling complicated is not the act of reselling itself, it's actually your personal circumstances. Let me explain. Take this cup. If I buy it for $1 and I sell it for $5 on Facebook Marketplace, and along the way, every interaction is pleasant, it's simple, and it's fun. I've made $4. The moment I have to rely on that $4 of profit to cover expenses, it starts to become complicated. I start to feel pressure. I start to wonder whether I can replicate it, this process of buy and sell, to rely on it. The need to rely on the rinse and repeat of reselling is what makes it complicated, not the actual act of reselling itself. And for the most part, placing yourself on a clock to rely on reselling is what makes it an unpleasant experience. I say this because the big question I get asked is, do you think reselling is for me? And then they'll start telling me their circumstances, and for some reason I get people share with me their personal circumstances a lot. And I appreciate the trust, and I value that you trust me enough to share that with me. And what I end up hearing is, I've got these bills, I've got these commitments, but I've also got goals and dreams that are in this desired state. And I think reselling will help me get there. The conversation tends to pick up the pace, and eventually it becomes apparent that this person wants to leave their current state and get to their desired state as quickly as possible. That's a very human thing. It's something that we all experience. Wanting gratification faster, wanting our circumstances to improve quicker. That's fine if you're hungry and you need food to meet an immediate need. It's not so fine if you're building something to last that will then lead you to other things in the future. You don't want to step onto something that is not built soundly, only for it to crumble and then have to start again. And because we are building, this is a business after all. It's not food for hunger. It's a business that you're going to rely upon. It will take time, and it will be built at the pace that is your pace. Even if I gave you a formula of what to do, you'll still need to implement it, and you are the biggest variable. Your circumstances are your variable. Depending on how you go about it, how much time you allocate to it, depending on the inertia you feel as you are learning this new thing and applying this new thing, you could take a longer time than some people, and that can be hard to see. You could go faster and then encounter some surprises along the way, which can be quite hard to deal with. All of that becomes easier if you're part of a community that helps you to make sense of the things you are experiencing. But make no mistake that the actual act of reselling is not complicated. It's actually very simple. Once you know how to do it one time, you'll know how to do it 1,000 times. The difference between 1 and 1,000 is capacity and the structure that you put around your ability to get from 1 to 1,000. The act itself is the same. So if you're in a position right now where you're enjoying this rinse and repeat, good on you. Continue to support others who may be finding it difficult. But if you're someone who is finding it complicated and you're wondering whether reselling is for you or not, my response to that is maybe just not right now. Which essentially is me saying, perhaps it's not a fit for your current circumstances to get you from where you are to where you want to be. But remember that the reselling aspect of it is simple and is fun without all that pressure, and could be something that you can do down the track at a smaller capacity along the way. And when you're ready, you can ramp it back up again. Understanding that gives you hope. Understanding that reminds you that you've got this option that you can continue to work at over time. It doesn't have to be the thing that you rely on. There are actually other more reliable things to make money in the short term. A second job. I think at the peak of my desire to make money now, I was working a bank job, a pizza job, and a restaurant job, and I also did airport shuttles at the same time because I just wanted to make money. And that, if the need currently, the hunger is financial, doing that will actually feed that need a lot more, whilst you do reselling at a much less needing to depend on capacity, making a little bit of money, increasing your reps, refining your process, and retaining the joy of it. Because, as I said before, reselling is simple, and for the most part, it's fun. If this helped, let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to be part of a supportive community, I've got a Discord. The link's in the description. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoy your reselling. Bye.